So today I'm at Epcot. I'm heading to World Showcase. I'm gonna find the best drinks to drink all the way around the world. A lot of people have opinions on this about which way to go, which way to start, how to finish, what to drink. I'm just gonna take it my own way. Might even spend a couple days on this, grabbing this and that, whatever looks the best based on my own personal insights. So let's go drink around the world at Epcot. Ah! I'm at the entrance to Canada. I don't know what the heck you drink in Canada. We're gonna go find out. Thank you so much. And the one drink that everybody tells you to get here is the Ottawa apple. Anyway, Ottawa apple. I mean, it tastes like an apple. It tastes more like an apple than apple juice. And it might be appealing to some that it does not taste like a cocktail at all. It tastes nothing like there's alcohol in it. But as a thing that tastes like an apple, as an apple drink, it's great. It's delicious. As a cocktail, it leaves something to be desired, for my opinion, but it's not offensive. It's fine. It's actually not overly sweet either, so that's saying a lot for a theme park drink. This is a Flower Garden Festival special, the name of which escapes me. That's much sweeter. I was actually expecting this to be less sweet because it had like sour in the name or something. I gotta say, between the two, I go with the Ottawa apple. I think if there's a cocktail to drink in Canada, it's the Ottawa apple. That, of course, is excluding Le Cellier, where I'm sure you get lots of fine drinks, but nothing like, you know, specifically unique. Honestly, I saw Le Fin du Monde on the menu over there, and I'm not much of a beer drinker, but if there's anything to drink in Canada, it's probably Le Fin du Monde. Next to that, I think it's the Ottawa apple. And if you really just like sweet tangerine sugar drink, it's whatever this stuff is. Blech. I'm in the UK pavilion. I'm gonna be looking for a cocktail to have here. I know there's a couple, but I'm trying to stay away from the classic stuff that's just beer drinks, you know, half and halves, shandies, that kind of stuff. Let's go do that now. It looks like my only option here for a real cocktail is gonna be to go inside the Rose and Crown. I don't know what's on the menu, but let's find out. All right, well, as you can see, it's slim picking for cocktails. I think this is the place to get the beer, but we know that beer is beer and there's no benefit there. This is a cider and fireball. There's a little bit more to it than that. Tastes a bit like Christmas. It's sweetened Strongbow cider with a touch of cinnamon in it. Not bad if that's what you're looking for. Personally, if I'm not kicking my feet up by a fire, it's not something I want here in the Floridian heat. I would just get, you know, a shandy or some kind of a half and half, black velvet or whatever. This is the Welsh Dragon. Look at that. I don't remember what's in it. It's Day Glow. That is fruit juice. There is. That will make you very sick. That is pure fruit juice and sweet liqueurs. Tastes like melted candy, but worse. Headache fuel. I will get a migraine if I have any more of that. I think that here in the UK, you got to stick to the beers. I think stick to the beers here in the UK. I wish they had some cask ales, something a little bit more traditional. But like, honestly, looking at the beer list over here, it's all stuff you could buy at most places in the US, I think. Except for maybe Old Speckled Hen, but I haven't really gone hunting or anything, so get the beer. At the France, French sounds. I'm at the France Pavilion. There's an orange slushie here that I'm supposed to try. I don't know what else I'm supposed to try. I'm staying away from the champagne. It's too hot for champagne. I'll be a fountain of champagne if I dip into the champagne. So the place I went to was out of the orange slush, so I got the pink slush. I'm gonna have to go see if I can get the orange slush at the other one. But in the meantime, here's the pink slush. What is in it? I don't know. Screen notes will tell you. Not bad. Definitely fruity, kind of tart, not overly sweet. Weirdly reminds me of swimming pool. Reminds me slightly of swimming pool flavors, so maybe it's slightly got some chlorine in it as bitters. I'm joking about that, but it does taste a little swimming pool-y for me. There is some orange notes, but that's not the orange slush. It's really not bad. It's not overly sweet, which is the main thing. I don't feel like I'm drinking pure syrup, which means if you like a cold drink that's accessible and fruity and kind of sweet and not bad, you could do worse. And that's really it, right? Like, that's the only objective metric. Like, you might like it. It's not for me right now, but I could imagine it being about 10 degrees hotter and needing a frozen drink. This one is pink champagne. I don't know. It's not just pink champagne. It's champagne and something. I think it's a Kir Royal. No thanks. Yeah, that's like strawberry something in champagne. I'd rather have the slushie. Okay, one more booth in France. Time to make the slushies. It's the orange slushie, which is right here. Let's see how this guy is. Oh, this is not for me. This is like a vanilla orange creamsicle, and if that's what you want, that's good. But for me, this is too sweet to be refreshing. It's like melted ice cream and a hot, hot, hot day. I can see this being great in slightly cooler weather, but on today, no thank you. It's very sweet. It's the kind of thing that's gonna slow me down. It's gonna be heavy, and I'm probably gonna feel sick if I drink too much of this. However, a slightly less celebrated alcoholic slushy here in France is the Citrón version of that. This is the lemon slushy. This is the lemon slushy that they sell. Now that I love. That is perfectly balanced, sweet, tart, frozen lemonade with apparently some alcohol in it. You'd never know it. That's a glass of danger because you could down those in a hurry, except for the price tag part, which is astronomical. But yeah, absolutely delicious. One of the better drinks you're gonna find from a kiosk, in my opinion. Great, delicious, perfect, can't beat it. The only other thing to bring up here in France is Affogato. They have an excellent ice cream place up the alleyway here, and I don't think I'm gonna make it in there now, but I do know from prior experience that you can get a really good ice cream affogato, you know, like a shot of this or that on some delicious ice cream. That's fantastic. Maybe if it cools off later, we'll creep up in there and get one of those. What do they say in French? Ciao. No, that's Italy. Bonjour is hello. See you later. You sleep, I sleep, we all sleep because unlike that which waits in the dark, that great and terrible unknowable entity that watches and waits, claws at the confines of the shadows into which it is bound, we are human beings who have normal biological functions to perform such as sleep. Now the real question is, how should I sleep? Well, you do you, but I choose to do my sleeping on a mattress. And fortunately, Helix Sleep is the sponsor of this episode. Thank you, Helix Sleep. Helix Sleep makes premium mattresses matched to your needs, and they ship them right to your door. You might be asking, matched to my needs, but my needs are so arcane. How could they possibly do that? They use a quiz. It's just a simple thing too, just a few questions to match you up with the right mattress for your sleep type. Since they determined that I am a semi-side, semi-back sleeper hybrid, Helix has paired me up with a mattress that they call the Midnight Lux, and I couldn't be happier with it. A couple years on now, and it's still sleeping strong. And since Helix Sleep offers a 10-year warranty, that's not the end of the story on my mattress either. If, however, I hadn't been immediately thrilled with my mattress, I would just send it back anytime at all during the 100-night sleep trial. If something like the Midnight Lux doesn't sound quite as opulent a sleep conveyance as befits a discerning somnambulance of dreams, sweet terrain such as yourself, you should take a look at their newest Helix Elite. It is a collection of 6 new mattresses suitable for a most sumptuous evening's rest. Now, if you find the prospect of sojourning over to your local mattress monger and dealing with the process of in-person mattress buying and selling, and then hauling said mattress to the threshold of your own private retreat to be unbearably odious, I have good news for you. With Helix, the mattress comes right to you, shipped to your front door, rolled up neatly in a box like the mummy of some great and terrible pharaoh. Except unlike that ancient lord of empire, when you release the mattress from the box, it will quickly fill with the life-giving air and puff itself back into perfect shape right before your very eyes. It may bring you tremendous comfort to know that Helix Sleep mattresses are fiberglass free. Thank you again to Helix Sleep for sponsoring this episode. Their Memorial Day sale is running right now through May 30th, and it's a great time to upgrade your mattress. You can get 30% off of an Elite or Luxe mattress, plus 2 free pillows, or take advantage of 25% off site-wide. Head to helixsleep.com/howtodrink, or use the link in the pinned comment below, or the one that's up here for more details. And now, I send you back to the show. Behind me is Epcot's version of Japan, and I hear there's a couple of things in there I should check out, so let's go. There's a couple of flower and garden festival things too that I might want to give a try to, so let's see what's good to drink in Japan. The ever mysterious Japanese cocktails, full stop. What the hell is that? This is the violet sake from the garden house, which I think everybody says is the thing to drink. I have serious doubts based on the color of this. I don't know what's in it at all, other than I assume some sake. That is syrup. That is very sweet. Oh my God. That's like melted ice pop. It's just like flowers and sugar. I can't get past how sweet that is. I think there's gotta be something good to drink here in Japan. Let's look around some more. This is the Tokyo Sunset. It's very sweet. It's orangey. It's definitely peach. There's definitely some big peach notes in there. I don't know what else to say about that. It's very sweet. There is the most beautiful rain falling behind me right now. I don't know if that's gonna expose or not, but it's gorgeous. It's a really pretty moment here. And I will say that that's, you know, Katsura Grill has that going for it. It's a lovely place for a bite, although I guess some kind of Eat to the Beat concert's going on back there. I hope that's not in my mic, but it's terrible. Anyway, Tokyo Sunset. Not my favorite, but certainly not awful. So I just ran into this guy, Garrett, who apparently enjoys my show and also rolled the D20.
Absolutely.
And what did you say I should go try out? The sake pineapple thing?
Oh yeah, there's a pineapple sake weird thing over there. It's a little odd on each end, but it's worth trying. Very
I'll
legit.
give it a shot. What is Adventures on Tap?
So Adventures on Tap is a group that is in Central Orlando. We go around to different breweries in Orlando and we run D&D games. You don't have to know a thing about D&D. Everyone there will show you how it's done. We run one-shots. All the money we raise from the ticket sales as well as raffles we do all go to local Orlando charities. Since 2021, we've raised over $20,000 for local Orlando charities.
That sounds pretty cool. Well, anyway, Garrett, thanks for the recommendation.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so I went over to Hanami to pick up the drink that guy told me to get, and it's funny because he was complaining like it was overwhelmingly tasted of sake. It was a sake cocktail. News for him, it's not a cocktail. It's pineapple flavored sake, full stop. It's sake brewed with pineapple. That's why it tasted nothing like anything but sake. There you go. They did have a cocktail on the menu though, and since I review cocktails, that's what I do. This is the Ichigo Breeze. It is a sake cocktail, and I hope Ichigo's, I think it's Ichigo? Oh, whatever. It's Strawberry Breeze. It's a Strawberry Breeze sake cocktail. That's actually not without merit. It's a bit sweet, but it's not inappropriately sweet for what it is. The sake kind of cuts through with sort of a funky note that I like. It makes it so that it's not overwhelmingly strawberry. It is kind of pulpy, like there's full-on strawberry pulp in here. It's desserty, but it has some interesting notes in there. I have a hard time placing what it is that the sake tastes like. It tastes like sake, not overwhelmingly sake, not overwhelmingly strawberry. I don't hate it, but it's sweet. I'm starving at the moment, so I'm in considerable danger of finishing this drink. As high praise as I can possibly give today. I think that if you were gonna try one thing, that it wasn't just sake or beer here in Japan, this might be the one to go with, but it's of course only here for the Flower and Garden Festival, so that does limit its availability. Time for a tour of American culture, and that means funnel cake. Not really, I can't actually eat funnel cake. It makes me sick. It always has. It's just one of those things that's always made me kind of sick. America, oh yeah. I'm in front of the Magnolia Terrace here at the American Adventure, and they have a drink, Bayou cocktail. That doesn't sound good. Let's give it a try. It's a lot of stuff. Oh, good Lord. I'd rather drink the Bayou. That is the sweet, sweet taste of, oh, you know what that is? That's a pina colada filtered through suntan lotion and sweat. Skip that one. It's a festival drink, so it's only here sometimes, but that's a skip. Medicinal, not jiving. No, I'd rather drink the swamp water. Oh, hey, those are good cherries, so I'm gonna eat those. All right, at the Fife and Drum at American Adventure, they have a frozen red stag lemonade. Something like this, I always want to drink it with straw, like they give it to you, but also off the side, so I can get just the frozen-y bits, because you can see there's two different layers in there. Tastes like whiskey and lemonade. You can do worse. Oh, yeah, but right off the bottom, you get nothing. On the side, that's way better. This is pretty good. I like this one. And no, it's not just because I like whiskey. Yeah, you want to drink that from about partway down and not just suck it off the bottom where all the whiskey is sitting. Let that kind of work its way in there. All right, this is a keeper. We're going to finish this one. That's good. Oh, what does it taste like? It tastes nice. I mean, I feel like there's cherry notes in there. I don't know if I'm imagining that. I did just eat a couple of maraschino cherries, so it could be that. But right now, it's pretty good. Not too sweet, not too bourbony, not too lemonade-y. I mean, kind of hitting all the marks there. Pretty solid. Going with this. Keeping it. Let's see what there is to drink in Pretend Italy. The Italy that was imagined in someone's mind from the 80s. Italy. Let's go. Okay, so this is the Italian margarita from the Primavera Kitchen, which is a festival thing for Italy. It's made with limoncello. That's different. I mean, it mostly just tastes like limoncello. Totally good, drinkable. I like it. Tastes like lemonade. Hard time calling that a margarita. So I'm gonna say it's a lemonade with tequila, which is fine. It's fine. It doesn't taste overly sweet. Doesn't taste overly tart. I like it. It looks like a trend. Lemonades are good. I just actually ate dinner here because my kids were starving and it was a great place to get some very plain spaghetti without having to wait. And they had some actually really good looking cocktails on the menu and I thought I should review those. I didn't expect that to be there. And so then I realized, hey, those are the same drinks that they have in the wine cellar. I'll do that in there because that's a better setup for me to do my thing. I'm not in there now because the drinks are to go, and also because he didn't seem to be comfortable with me filming in there. So this is the Negroni. It is served on the rocks. It was quickly stirred. It's pretty hard to mess it up. It looked like he was pouring it the right way. It's a Negroni. That's a great Negroni. I'm not a huge fan of Negronis, but if you are, that's exactly what you want. That's a perfect Negroni. It's on the rocks like that, so it's gonna melt fast, especially in the Florida heat, so you better down it quick, or it's gonna be a very wet Negroni, but that's a good Negroni. The other beverage I got, this is their espresso martini in a plastic cup off of a blender. I haven't had it yet. I don't know what to expect. I got it because when you go to Tutto Italia, the Italian restaurant, they put a box around it. You know, like on the menu, it's got a box around it, like that's the one to get. The bartender at the wine cellar said, yeah, this is the most popular drink we serve. Make 350 of these a day. I said, I've never seen one in a blender. He said, that's what everybody says, and then they love it. So here we go. It's very nice, but it is a Starbucks Frappuccino. Super duper accessible. You won't taste any alcohol in here, in my opinion. Just kind of strong and sweet coffee. Can't really complain about it. I think that's what most people want out of an espresso martini. So, full marks. I think I'd rather it be shaken, but I get why this is cool. And if it was blended, you know, I'd rather, if you're gonna blend it, don't put it on the rocks, right? Like blend it and have it be a smoothie or, a frappe. This is blended and then served on cubes. So it's got the taste. I think it's got an interesting texture. It's not exactly what I want, but I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't think it's a bad drink, just not perfect, not for me. On to the next. Look at the trains, we love the trains. I feel like I'm getting a little loose. My standards may be lowering. I'm reducing my standards. Behind me is the Germany Pavilion at Epcot, obviously famous for having beer. Today I'm gonna go look for a cocktail in Germany. See how that goes. At the Biermarkt, this is their festival drink. It is called Apfelschaumwein, which is apple liqueur and sparkling wine with a sprig of rosemary. This tastes like something you would drink at Christmas because it's tradition and you have to. It tastes like nothing I want, certainly not on a hot day. It's very winey and bubbly. It's not for me. It does taste a little appley, but not strongly. Actually, I will say this, I really like the effect that the rosemary has on the flavor. Like when you smell the rosemary and taste it with the drink, that's a really cool combo. But that's also what lends it to feeling so Christmassy. They do have a full-time, permanent year-round Christmas shop in here, so maybe that makes a lot of sense. Not a drink for me. If you really want a sparkling wine, though, that tastes like apples and smells like rosemary, there's no other sparkling wine in town. So let's move on. We're on our way to, it looks like China. Looks like China. So currently in the China Pavilion here at Epcot, and there's a drink that people have told me I really need to try. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I think if I go look where they serve it, it'll come to me. Let's give that a try. I think I gotta go over there to get that. This is the Tipsy Ducks in Love. This was recommended to me by someone on the internet. I'm looking at it and I feel like they've steered me awry. Let's try this. That's bourbon chocolate milk. That is gross. I'm not into that at all. Bourbon chocolate milk sounds like a nice idea. It is not a nice idea here. The nice lady behind the counter suggested I try the Kung Fu Punch. Here's that. This is the Kung Fu Punch. It's not like peach type drink. I don't know if there's peach in the menu, in the recipe or not, but it's got that kind of peach orange vibe. I know somebody told me it was the Tipsy Ducks in Love to try, but I swear there was something else. Something rose. I gotta go look for that. Lotus House. That says Baijiu. All right, this drink is called the Dragon Dynasty. It was served at the Lotus House. It's kind of a festival drink. I had to order it because the primary spirit in it is Baijiu, and we all know how much I and all of humanity loves Baijiu. That is surprisingly good. And by that I mean it doesn't taste like a dying, wet, filthy dog. It tastes pretty much like it looks. It tastes like pink. It's a sweet, light drink. It has an unusual kind of floral aftertaste. A little bit of tartness up front. Honestly, this is pretty good. This is pretty well balanced for a theme park drink. I can't complain. It's nothing that I would particularly want to drink on a regular basis because it's like floral. It's not particularly bold in its presentation, but it's also completely unoffensive. It's not overly sweet or a pile of booze or anything like that. Like, this is fine. It's pretty okay. I actually like the really late arriving floral notes. Maybe cherry blossoms, maybe it's lavender. I don't think so, but it could be a little lavender. Probably rose. It's a little rose-like. I mean, it's not just because it's pink. I think it's like rose. It's a little pink tasting, though. A little pink, but that's fine. Okay. I'm at the Norway Pavilion. I don't really associate Norway with cocktails, so I have no idea what I'm gonna find, but I guess we're gonna give it a shot. Let's see what we can find to drink in Norway here on How to Drink Drinks Around the World. Ooh. Okay, so far it's a real reach in Norway to find cocktails, so I got 2 drinks. I got one is juniper beer, which actually sounds really cool. It's beer that's brewed with juniper. I know I'm not a beer guy on How to Drink, but you know, when in Norway, one must. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not picking up on a lot of juniper. I would have expected this to be a much crisper beer. I like that. It's a little malty, but it's not like an American domestic malty. It's kind of crisp. It's not hoppy at all. If I was in a beersy way, if I was at a friend's barbecue and this is what they had in the backyard, I'd be pretty happy. This is Troll Creme, and I'm going to reserve my juvenile jokes. This tastes just as pink as it looks. It's some kind of dragonberry vanilla rum thing. I have no idea what this has to do with Norway other than its name. Kind of reminds me of like a yogurt smoothie, like it has that kind of a texture. It's obviously very sweet. It is frozen. It has a slightly like cough syrup kind of vibe. I'm not really down with it. So for me, it's a skip. Strawberry, big time strawberry notes in there too. Yeah, no thanks. I'm gonna stick with the beer on this one. It's like a palate refresher after the pink thing. Onward to the next country. Just an update on the pink thing from Norway. My wife tried it. My wife's college friends tried it. We all agree. It tastes like a child's strawberry yogurt smoothie that you would buy at the grocery store. Why does it taste like that? I don't know, but it does. We all agree. I'm in Mexico. It's famous for margaritas here at Epcot. Let's go see what we can see to drink. I have high hopes. I have high hopes for Mexico. I don't know how well you can see it, but right behind me is the line to get into La Cava Tequila, and it's, I don't know, it's like 11 in the morning, and it's already like 100 people long. This is crazy. I don't have it in me to wait an hour for a margarita. And I think if you're trying to make time drinking your way around the world, neither do you. I got in there very easily the last time I was here. I reviewed it in an episode looking at the best and worst drinks at Walt Disney World. You could check that out now. I think I'm gonna go back outside and see if I can find a drink outside. I found the other place to get margaritas in the Mexico Pavilion. It's called Chose de Margarita. And again, the line is insane. Either margaritas really are the most popular drink in the world, or the Mexico Pavilion has done a phenomenal job of branding itself as the premier place to drink in Epcot. I just don't have it in me to wait for these things. So despite what I said, I'm now in line for Cava Tequila. The line outside was actually worse than this, or at least it certainly looked that way. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty early. I actually have no desire whatsoever to have a margarita right now. I wonder how many people do, or if it's just sort of like a box you gotta check off, this is the thing to do. I don't know. I've always been a big fan of the Mexico Pavilion though. The fake inside-outside thing really appeals to my love of the ersatz. All right, so for all the crap I gave this place around a massive line, it was actually really quick. They even gave me a table, so I can't really complain. Actually, they gave me Neil Patrick Harris's table. Apparently, he's a big fan. That's why there's a drink on here, menu that he invented that I don't like. I know from the last time I was here. On the whole, this is one of everybody's favorite places to get a drink in Epcot. If you're making your way around the world, I guess you kind of have to stop here for a beverage. Surprisingly small for a Disney establishment. It's really tight. It's kind of amazing that the line isn't a round or a showcase, to be perfectly honest. So the fact that you can get in at all, pretty impressive. My orders are in. I'm waiting for them to come out. A couple of things I can allow. One, I really liked the non-alcoholic drink I had here last time, so I ordered that because I thought it was one of the best drinks I had in my previous tour around Disney World. Two, they've updated the avocado margarita that I didn't really love to now be in this Cowboys drink, so I'm going to give that a shot. I think that's going to be a lot better than the tequila. And three, it was pointing out to me that they have a whole bunch of classic cocktails on the menu too. You can kind of order just about anything. My server told me that the corn old fashioned is his favorite drink. I mean, it's insane. There's like 10 boozes in here. So I'm gonna try that out and see how that goes. All right, so this is the Mentarosa, this is the non-alcoholic drink. I actually think if it's as good as it was last time, this is fantastic. This is a delight. It's sweet and spicy and refreshing. I'm gonna finish that, absolutely. It's really good. This is the avocado margarita that is now made with mezcal. It is thick. I can tell by looking at it, it's almost like a mousse or something. It's a lot better with mezcal than tequila. It's still sweeter than I would expect it to be. Like for me, a margarita should really be high acidity, heart. I know a lot of people like a sweeter margarita. This runs in that direction. The overall flavor profile is seriously balanced by the smoky mezcal. That helps a lot. Also the tahini or chili rim, I'm not really sure exactly what's on there, but it's a good rim. You can taste the avocado, but it comes through in the sweetness of the drink. So I don't know that you could really dry it out much and have it still taste like an avocado margarita. I did reconfigure this drink on my show, and I was really happy with the results I came up with. It's an avocado margarita that is nothing like this one. This one has avocado pulp in it, which is why it's got such a thick, almost smoothie-like texture. Not really exactly what I'm after in a margarita, but I understand people love it. This is a fascinating thing to me. This is not a margarita at all. This is the corn old-fashioned made with like a stack of boozes in it. I don't have any idea what the spec is or how it could possibly call for all those base spirits and what the hell kind of arcane magic is going on in here. This is a fantastic drink. This is fantastic. I'm in serious danger of finishing it. It's just a wonderfully well-balanced, easy to approach whiskey cocktail with notes of corn and coffee and sweet molasses notes, because there's even a rum component in here as well. Stone fruit cherries. I mean, like it's on the money. This is maybe the best cocktail I've had in a long time at this point. However, I'm sticking to the non-alcoholic options for now. Also delicious. There's a reason people love this place. It's very good. So behind me is the Morocco Pavilion, and honestly, I thought that they did not serve alcohol there for a really long time, but apparently now they do. So when in Morocco, drink like a Moroccan. Let's go see. To Morocco! I love the architecture here. It's one of my favorite pavilions. I think that the effect that you get when you go back into the back of Morocco and really kind of lose sense of space is incredible. You can trick yourself into feeling you've really gone somewhere else for a minute. There are 2 drinks now in Morocco to drink, and I was wrong, by the way. I thought you could not get drinks here in Morocco until recently. No, you've always been able to get alcohol here in Morocco. Don't know why I thought you couldn't. This place right here, the Spice Road Table, is relatively new. I think they opened 10, 15 years ago, whatever. 2 drinks that are kind of marked out as the signatures: the Moroccan mint tea and the Moroccan mule. I had a Moroccan mule, but due to a very near miss with this drink, my camera, and the table, we have the remains of a Moroccan mint mule. But more than enough to taste, so let's find out. The camera lived, as you can see. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. It's got a lot more bitterness in it than a mule usually does. There's much more herbal, bitter kind of notes in there. It's got some root stuff going on in there. It's not too sweet. It's kind of running in the other direction. I like it a lot. There's some cucumber top notes at the end of the flavor profile there. It's a little bit less sweet than the mules my wife drinks. A little bit more nuanced, actually. It's like a pretty cool drink. And yet I think it would be very approachable for the average theme park cocktail enthusiast. So not a bad one to go with. The only complaint I have about it is that most mules, in my opinion, are gonna taste really like you want them on a hot day, like very refreshing. For some reason, I'm not getting that vibe off of this one. That could just be a matter of personal taste. Maybe mine's not cold enough, maybe mine's too spilled out, I don't know. Bitter herbal nature of it though, I think, is kind of working against it being kind of a hot weather drink, in my opinion. Which is weird, because obviously a gin and tonic is bitter and herbal, but like in a different way. Take that for what you will. This is the Moroccan mint tea. I happen to love Moroccan mint tea in general. Like, it's one of my favorite little treats. I don't know how it'll be with alcohol. That's kind of a miss for me. That's a miss. It tastes very boozy in like an unpleasant way. It barely registers as a cocktail, in my opinion, or as a mint tea. In my opinion, this misses on both fronts. It neither evokes what I like about Moroccan mint tea or about a cocktail, so not for me. No thank you. The mule, pretty good. Well, that's it, guys. I'm all done drinking my way around the world here in Morocco, which is an unstandard way to finish drinking around the world, I am aware. Thank you guys so much for journeying with me all the way around the world of World Showcase at Epcot. If you liked this episode, please like and subscribe and all of that stuff. Check out these other things that are appearing around your face. And if you enjoyed it, maybe check out my Patreon. I have a Patreon, and you can check it out in the link down there in the pinned comment. See you real soon.